Who did I end up taking up to rank 3 as a 6-star? Well, you can see on screen now, I actually changed my mind. I read a few of the comments from the video and I kind of like talked about my opening, who I was going to prioritize. And at the time, because I used Captain Marvel movie quite a bit, I was like, oh, I'll go for that one. But then something I needed to really consider is that I'm actually close to getting another rank 3 6-star, which will probably be a Cosmic. With all the crystal openings I've got to do for tier 5 class Catalyst, and as well further work with Cavalier, you get the 10% and as well the one from the Cavalier objective. So coupled with that and as well the stuff that I picked up from last month and this month, it's more than likely that I will form again and it will more than likely be Cosmic. So I'm not too against the idea of having 2 Cosmic rank 3 6-stars. But yeah, look, I've done Corvus and I'm happy with this. Even though the champion is unawakened, it's a still pretty well functioning champion. There are the restrictions of the champion's usage being more geared towards pushing the Suicide Mastery logic, and I do agree. Back a long time ago, I put Suicide Masteries on to do my completion of Act 6, and I think I'll be returning back to it. And in a moment, I will be explaining like what I'm up to, but I just thought what we'll do is we'll just put it through its paces. The champion, in my opinion, is like more geared towards being a questing champion. There's definite viability in other areas of the game. I'm not kind of dispelling that, but I am going to point out the fact that this champion, based on charges, acquisition from smashing a mutant champion, as well doing a heavy attack on an evade champion, smashing down an Avenger, and as well taking down a tech champion, can give a great amount of missions. Missions mean cruelty buffs. Cruelty buffs mean damage. And that is what you want to see. Lots of charges, lots of missions completed, and lots of opportunities to smack a load of damage. But let's take the champion out for a little bit of a spin. And I think, you know, we'll find some content to put it through its paces. Okay, firstly, I'm taking a champion down in Act 5. This is I wouldn't say it's the best quest ever, especially with this Spider-Man, which we all know is just quite annoying. But I've got the nice little Proxima synergy in. And just need a quick mission done as like I want to just get to the boss. There's a good opportunity with this to do, which we've just done here, the Avengers, the Evade mission, and then what we'll do is hopefully get the Iceman one, which this is a good champion against a Frostbite champion and or Cold Snap champion, and then we're going to motor on to the Stark Spidey, which is the tech, and that should be the 4 that we need, the 4 missions. I say that, and it looks like I didn't get the mission from Spider-Man, so I assume that I must have done something wrong. I thought I did a heavy attack with that one, but I guess I was wrong there. I might need another mission somehow. Either way, with 2 missions, you know, you can see the ramping up of damage. It's definitely better than I had with the 5-star version, but it's not Suicide Mastery level stuff. But I still love it. I do love the champion. As I said, I used this champion quite a fair bit, even though that was off an SP1. I'm not building it to my SP2 because there's no point, because I'm going to smash through this content, as I want to get up to that Ultron boss of 5.4.6. And here we go. Here's a good opportunity here. I'm hoping this fight is finished fairly quickly. I'm not a big fan of the Ultron fight, but at least that I definitely know I've got my mutant mission. I've definitely know I've got my evade mission, especially as that should negate any of those. It should do that evade fail for that kind of like tricky kind of thing where he just pops back just like, stop it. And as well, I should have the armor breaks, which is going to help out to suppress power generation, and I believe that's the case. And as well, the other mission from the tech. Fingers crossed. But this is a rank 3 6-star. This should start slaying pretty easily with this. So first of all, kind of like should have gone in for, there we go. Right, now we got like a little, I say a little, that was a quick power gain there, not too great. But you know, if he shoots an SP3, we should survive this. But in any case, this fight should be over very, very quickly, I should say. If any case, like I will survive, which is good, because otherwise, you know, getting power gain very early on is kind of annoying. But it is what it is, and there's nothing really I can do about that. Just going to wait for my... Where's really weird my... Oh, now I'm up. So, hitting the SP3, which is a nice amount of damage. And as the champion now, it's just going to get... Just evade fail. There we go. So, yeah, just kind of like... It's a bit too easy, really, of a tester, but you can just see the awesome power of that crit rating, crit damage there. So that was kind of nice. Yay! I got a yay! I can get Cavalier discounts, and oh yay! I got that from there. Great. But yeah, like that's just showcasing some damage output. Now in the past I have used this champion for a lot of, as I said, Act 6.3 work, and this is no exception. So for this, like the routes that I've gone down, I've actually gone down many routes. I've done this several times with Corvus, but I would, as I said, recommend to do this with Suicide Masteries. This champion is pretty effective and the damage is nice. The ticks are nice to see as well, like what we're doing, like 4,500 at a time. Didn't have full missions with that other test that I did, but you know, there is good opportunity as long as you don't kind of run out of charges, and as long as you don't get a miss, that's something that's going to be beneficial as well. The more earlier fights of Corvus can become a little bit boring, especially if it's a case that you're kind of trying to build up the extent of charges and just as well the missions. That's going to be the kind of the biggest issue. I think, sorry, it's the missions. Without a good amount stack of missions, you're just there for ages, just trying to build them up until you get the big damage. And as well, not having Suicide Masteries is a bit of a problem as well. As I said, that's going to be something I will look to rectify in future months. Whether or not it will be the month of December, I switch to Suicide Masteries and then look to a big push in various other bits of content. That will be, you know, up to myself and based on my time frame. But you can just see the stacks of the crits. If we had about all the missions done, I suspect we'd see those big yellow numbers here. But at least with like other fights that I've done, with the Vulture fight that I've just done a moment ago, it didn't take too many hits in order to grab it. In a moment, it will be a case it's just going to take a little bit of time. That Suicides without Corvus just going to prove how kind of like a long fight it is. It's not bad. It's not going to be just, you're not going to lose the will to live, but you're definitely going to feel a little bit kind of meh by it, especially with the build up. Because without them charges, you're just waiting for ages. Whether the champion has interest, and if I remember, I'll try and put the footage over the top of this, and that is 6.4.1. There's a load of different options available for gaining missions. Whether or not you're doing the top path, which is Biohazard, and the champion, even though it doesn't on paper seem like he's bleed immune or poison immune, it's definitely got bleed immune once you've got those charges up. So as soon as you lose the charges, you cannot hit anything because you will be in trouble. You will take bleed damage quite badly. But you do get extended to going against hashtag Avenger, so that would be the Thor there, more charges, so that means more chance of doing damage. But having Suicide Masteries does benefit this. If you work quickly, then it can get you through that fight. The same thing with going up against Stealth Suit Spidey. If you go up against that champion and you do the heavy attack off him doing an evade, which is very early on, you get another charge. And then once you got Rocket, then that's in 3 fights, you've managed to then propel yourself towards the end fight. You could even like bank the champion before using it again. You could then use something else and then have it all ready with those charges to take on Iceman, as once you've got charges up, then you interact well with Frostbite or Cold Snap, so you don't take quite so much damage. So that's positive there on that, and that's one thing I'll be using once I put Suicide Masteries back on the champion and utilize them a bit more. But still, as I said, like I think I'm happy with the decision I've made, and it's all just on further progression that I want to do, and as well that the happy side of things is being close to making that decision on another Cosmic that I like Cat Marvel movie. I really enjoy that champion, but I am close. I'm close to another tier 5 class Catalyst Crystal, tier 5 class Catalyst, which is that Cosmic, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty certain that the next Cosmic will be that. Unless I awaken something like Van and the Duck and I consider something else. But I personally like Cat Marvel movie a lot. I like the rotations of damage, and this speaks really to my playstyle. So, you know, I think it's a no-brainer for me. That I could just rank 3 King Groot. So that would be fun, wouldn't it? So if King Groot got a buff, I would be definitely going down the route of that. I'm not going to do that, but, you know, it'd be funny if the champion was one of the ones to get buffed next. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. But, yeah. And that's been it. That's been a little video showcasing my first ever rank 3 6-star. More of many to come, which you'll see in the next 2-3 weeks, especially with Cyber Weekend dropping towards the end of the month or right at the start of December. It's a good opportunity to kind of like showcase what I'm up to. So thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure as well to follow the channel through different means, Twitch and all that stuff. And I'll see you all very soon. And have a good day, whatever you're doing. Bye-bye.